2 minutes. 2 minutes, Nico. Her. Two minutes. 2 minutes, Nico. Her.
Wow. Bring it out, kid!
Hey, little buddy girl, bienvenue once more. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? I honestly have no idea. Let me look at my computer. Yes, the computer says that it is Wednesday. Therefore, it must be. Computer would never lie. Welcome in. Yes, that is the perfect point, Bardic One. It hasn't set fire yet. It's going to today. I put the little construction sign up because I know it's going to screw something up a little later. But I'm holding my breath. I'm crossing my fingers. I rewrote the code. Well, I refactored the code. There's a difference there. I broke it up so it's in a bunch of smaller modules so that they are easier to kind of individually test. My big hope, the part that I haven't done yet, is that they're going to be a little easier at putting some error handling around. And then if I ever get a bug up my butt and I decide to do a programming stream, then I can go through and do a lot of the development in this without sharing a bunch of the secret codes that you have for doing your Twitch connection. So I can hide those off to the side someplace. So hey, here we are. JediBot is up and running. I made a small tweak to it so that hopefully if KDP comes in and breaks it again like she does, then it might give me a little bit more information about what it is that it doesn't like about her. I think... Nope, I don't think. I can't tell you what it is, because sometimes it gets around to playing her walk-up sound, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes there's the shout-outs, sometimes there aren't. I'm definitely going to give her credit for having broken a thing, because that is how that goes. And Bingo is still running. The sound effects for the parachutes should be off right now. I made a note of it, but I haven't changed yet how I have the sounds plugged in. So right now the game and the parachutes should be sharing. Yes, now run an OBS Studio. They're sharing the same audio channel. And I have the game, that whole channel muted out because the game is doing its super ultra slow rolling mini rock right now. And I didn't want that to compete with the high pitched, fast tension music from our good friends over at Sirenscape during the open. So let me see if I can bring this back in. Okay, everyone shut up. We want to hear it. Yep, there it is. Okay.
Work lurk time. KDP is most likely poopin' somewhere poopin'.
Poopin'. Well, yeah, probably. I assume that's all she does at work. I don't know. Hard to believe. I've never actually stalked her at work to see what it is that she exactly does, but I'm going to assume you'd know better than I would, Nico. So there it is. That is off and running. So that's got the JediBot taken care of. I actually got a couple of things fixed and working in Fantasy Grounds for my Tuesday Pathfinders yesterday. I was also very excited to see that the new user interface revamp, mini revamp, whatever combination, the 20-year-old radial menu for getting to all of your how to do things that was cool and clever at the time, but just became more and more difficult to use the more and more stuff they added and the less and less words they put on there, so you had to guess at what the icons meant. They've changed that into a nice cascading set of kind of more traditional sub-menu things. Well, it is so easy to use now, and it just worked without crashing my Fantasy Grounds first time. I was so excited. Yeah, I was literally there when Fantasy Grounds debuted, and it was almost 20 years ago. And it was so cool the way that worked back then. And it is so not now. I'd gotten used to it, so I worked with it, and that's how it went. But oh my God, trying to explain to new people. Okay, you wanna draw a token, or you wanna make a pointer now, but first you gotta go here, and then when you select that, you're gonna get another one, but then you gotta go here, and it doesn't look like the thing that you want to draw. It's this weird symbol over here, and now if you highlight it, it doesn't tell you what it is. You just need to know. So trust me, just go to it. It's a mess. So now there's words, little icons from here and there just to give it a little splash. But oh, it works so well. And on the Kingmaker large-scale big hex map of the Riverlands, it used to be that if you drew an arrow from one hex to like 2 hexes over, then the distance indicator to try to tell you that was 10 feet because it thinks you're on a battle map, the bubble with the number on it was so big that it would completely obscure the entire hex map in between. They finally changed that, so it's now a nice, small, but still readable number right in the middle. Oh, I'm so happy with these changes. Related-ish note, I've gone through all of the cables in my cable modem system, all the way from the router through the modem to the wall. I found one connection that was a little loose. It was finger loose, which is possibly responsible for something, so I tightened it up real good. Today, while I was working, streaming Twitch, I actually didn't have any hiccups, which is a good sign, but it's it's not a guarantee of anything at all, really. But it was a nice sign to see it. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. I did find some decent documentation on how to interpret the little diagnostic page that you can get by connecting up to the modem itself. I am seeing where my ratio of uncorrected packets is in the this is probably too high range. So it's possible the modem could have a problem. It's possible any micrometer of wire within the house from where Xfinity touches the side of the house to the modem could be poopy in some capacity. That one connection that I found was on the back side of the modem, so it's possible. Or it's entirely possible it could be out in the field. Xfinity has run a couple of tests where they've said, no, we got no problem. Talk to your modem, it's just fine. No problem there. You're lying. So I got some more diagnostics to do. I was hoping that there would be some sort of a software that I could load up and point at it, and it would churn through and it would give me a really good detailed report, but there doesn't seem to be such a thing. So I'm going with the tightened up cables first.
Why did it have to be snakes?
If that doesn't work, the next recommendation I've seen is go buy 100 feet of coax, hook it up at the outside of the house where the cable from Comcast comes in. In my case, I would then have to run it in through the garage and down the little hallway and into the living room here and hook it straight up to the modem to try to eliminate any wire inside of the house. If it still has the problem, then it's Xfinity. If it still has the problem, it's either Xfinity or the modem is bad, but at least you can rule out the house wire. If it comes in and it works fine, then it's the wiring inside the house. And if that's the case, I would
Give me the coax, maybe.
Yeah, I'd pretend like Master Jedi would just let me leave the coax line across the middle of the garage, across the driveway, up the middle of the garage, and through it's not really the foyer because that's for the front door, but the hallway from the garage to the kitchen and living room. I'm sure she'll have no problem with it. It shouldn't be a big deal. Otherwise, I don't know how or where, but it would have to be something plumbed in that way. I'm hoping that's not it. I honestly rather would hope that it's just the modem has gone bad that quickly, because that modem is still under warranty with the manufacturer. Yeah, that's us right here. This is how the internet works. This is the full documentation for the internet right here as it comes on down. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. We're almost up to the 20-minute mark. That's usually the first point at which things start to go sideways, and then the hour and 20 mark. Fun news for the stream is that Master Jedi did not have to go into the office today. Apparently everyone else who was going to was either on extended Easter PTO or got sick all of a sudden, so she would literally have been the only person in the office. So she double-checked with her manager, because she's a brown-noser, and got the double thumbs up. There we go, the double thumbs up to not bother having to come in today. And next Wednesday, she is taking a certification test in place of going to work. Does mean I will probably have some driving involved around that. So next Wednesday's stream is going to be a maybe iffy. It might be a little later than normal. I can probably do that since I would be coming back. Yeah, okay. So there's a chance next week's should still happen, but it might be a little bit later. Okay, hang on. Let me just go straight to complaints about the weekend. There we go. We're just going to call that one right off the bat here. Down with offices is definitely my plan. My office today, I am so sidetracked. They tore out a window on the 5th floor so that they could load in a new set of stairs because they are building a hole through the roof up to the 6th floor where they want to slide these stairs in, because apparently my company moved buildings because they had the 5th floor on the old building. It was too much space for them. So they moved to this slightly smaller footprinted building in the same kind of overall office complex to reduce space, and now they're cutting holes in the walls and the ceilings in order to put in stairs so that they can have more space. It's like watching Urgent Sandwich with his need for storage and stuff and money and storage and stuff and money. It's kind of driving me crazy. It makes me super happy that I'm not working in that office. Replacing carpeting, and so you're remote for a week. Nice. Are they going to make people work on the roof? I think the building's just 6 floors. The old building was just 5 floors. So if they were trying to try to build in an extra set of stairs, then yes, it would have been on the roof. I believe this building is actually 6 floors. I don't think there's a 7th. And I don't think they've got the entire 6th floor, because then they would actually have more space than they had in the old building, and someone needs to lose a job if that's how this panned out. But also my manager, who was the one who was desperate for people to come work back in the office, even though I'm literally the only person that works in this time zone other than him, he's no longer my manager. He's actually a data architect for the other half of one of my sub-teams. We don't have a replacement manager yet, but it doesn't matter who it is. They ain't going to have everybody trying to come into the office when nobody lives anywhere near the office. Hope someone thought to check before starting this process of tearing the holes in the building. They don't own the building. They just rent the 5th floor. So if they hadn't checked first, someone would have already noticed by now and said something. And we had a town hall meeting today, and they talked about their grand progress. So unless the grand progress meant that they'd started the construction at the beginning of the meeting, then I think people know, but I can't guarantee you. So I got totally sidetracked by the whole business thing because Master Jedi hasn't ever gone, oh, that's right, this weekend. I get to complain about this weekend. It's the beginning of, I'm just going to call it festival season for Master Jedi's work. She works through a health department with the county down in Portland proper. They've already lost half of their budget because of the current administration, and they are looking at losing the rest of that budget. Actually, they've lost about 50%. They're losing about 30% of the original 100 more, which means they would be scaled back to the manager of the department and probably one other top sort of person, where Master Jedi is kind of down here in terms of seniority since she's only worked there for a year. This probably means something. This is probably a gang sign, so no one look at this. So she has almost no shot at keeping her job for very long, but as long as they got $17 in pocket, they're starting their festival season, so she's got one coming up this Saturday. It's only 2 hours because they have no budget left, but I'm going to have to drive her down and pick her up. It's on the far side of town, and it's at a park that literally has no parking, so that's where my whole driving thing is going to have to come in. I believe they are done at 1:30. There's no way I could be back here by 2. If I could make... Oh, all right. There's another on fire. I love all of the on fire ones. So there is a chance I could make it back by 2:30. It's a small chance, but it's a chance. So I'm saying there's a chance. As long as I'm back by 3, I'd probably go ahead and stream for an hour and then raid into our good buddy Dan Servo and Jason Bullman and whatever nonsense they're going to get themselves up to. If that doesn't happen, then I want to say that I've already checked my calendar, but my calendar could have changed since then. I'll try to make it up on Sunday. So I'm trying to keep the streams going here rather than just giving up, throwing my hands in the air. But we're going to see how things goes. At least I've got today's ready. I have got the game up and running on the same laptop, so we've got the same configuration as last time. I have the SnowRunner controls loaded up on the Stream Deck here instead of the actual stream controls. Yeah, that's what we're listening for. I've already got the game audio turned on. Sirenscape got so loud all of a sudden. It used to run at what I'm going to call like an 80% level when you had it set at 100, and that was okay. And then for about a week or a week and a half, I'd say it dipped down into the 60 to 50 range. It was really quiet. And then all of a sudden, as of, what was it, last Sunday's stream? All of a sudden, it's back up to a full 100, which means it probably was supposed to have been there the whole time. I have to now manually turn it down to 60% when I do my Tuesday Pathfinder because it is way too loud. I have it set at 100% on the player, but I now have my browser controls set to 55% over here on the Beacon mixer to try to keep it a little quieter. And that truck coming through should have been, I think that's one that still goes through Sirenscape. It is still super loud. So, one other thing I gotta do, I gotta power up my 8-bit do. Still not sponsored, but I still love this controller. It's a little heavy, which is nice because I have giant hands and the little light controllers feel like they're gonna break. And it emulates four different controller styles. We're using the Xbox controller here on the Mac inside of Steam for a Windows-based game. Oh, we're mixing and matching. It is awesome. I do need to trick... Oh, that's right. I got to go click on the game with the mouse. So now it should see the controller. There we go. Boom. We're moving. So last stream, I did acquire the elephant. Since then, I have taken the elephant into the garage and I have gotten it kitted out. There are only 4 upgrades this season. I've got all 4 of those. 2 for the elephant, 2 for the Mercer truck, which we'll get to in a moment. So I've got this truck fully upgraded. It is now painted in Jedi Fleet Hunter Green. I've actually used it some. I played a little on Monday. I was going to do a test stream to give JediBot the first run then, but I just got so worn out I couldn't function any longer on Monday. And then there were enough people doing streams that I figured I'm just going to watch and maybe I'll play a little bit of the SnowRunner as long as I'm here. And so yeah, I got a little carried away. There was still a 4th upgrade, so I went and I found it. It actually didn't show up because of the watchtowers. It's one of those that was sitting in front of a little house off kind of on the edge of a corner somewhere. And you could see that it was there because when you drive by on the road, it does that half exposure of the map, but it doesn't name things that are on there. So you could see that there was a little road that ran out to this little house that sat on a cliff overlooking the water. So one of the things that I do once I'm going through the game, identify where all the infrastructure upgrades are, the missions for those, so that I can get the roads fixed. I'll go looking around for any extra upgrades that might be lying around. I hit all the watchtowers and do a bunch of that stuff. So I was at the phase where I was taking a look at a couple of those places where you could see buildings sitting off by themselves that were either going to eventually be part of a mission, so it's good to know where they are, or they're hoarding upgrades. Turns out upgrade was the call on that one that I went to visit. What the hell am I looking at here? Hang on, let me shut off my engine. I like having the Stream Deck with a single button for turning off the engine so I don't have to remember the control combo. I sure wish it was daytime. Nope, I'm not going to cheat and make it daytime even though I could. I'm just going to lament that fact out loud and I'm going to call the bingo and I'm going to move on. Because it's not the darkest season, but it's darker than the last couple have. Because if you could see, I'm hanging out here at the quarry. I did a whole bunch of quarry missions to get them done. This quarry's built a little differently than they have in the past, so that's been kind of nice. There's only one slightly sketchy spot right here, where some of the rock breaks away as you drive by, but even with the big fat elephant with the new 6-slot trailer that it's pulling, it still wasn't a risk to fall in, so that was pretty good. I did open up the quarry warehouse over here, and I now have the new Mercer truck. This one is still as I found it. You had to repair it where it's parked right over there next to the base of that tower. So you have to fix it up and you have to refuel it. So it's got lots of both of those, but it has terrible tires on it right now. But it sounds kind of fun. Terrible horn though. Let me see what I can do with it a little bit. It does have all-wheel drive. It does not have lockers. At least not the base default one that they threw out. It's kind of a cute late 50s, early 60s model looking doodad. And although it seems like it's got the highway tires on it, it can get around a little bit in this snow. It's not terrible. It's pretty terrible, but it's not the worst. It occurs to me, it has looked like there's a place I might be able to get out of the quarry over here. Maybe not with these tires. Well, maybe with these tires. Oh, okay. This is doing better than I was giving it credit for. I'm going to end up just recovering this back to the garage on the other map, so I figured I'm gonna do a tiny bit of extra explore with it as long as I'm here. So climb up this stuff. Oh, look at this. If I turn hard. Yeah, hey, we are out of the quarry. I was looking at this thinking, yeah, I could easily get across here. I wonder if I can get up these rock steps. Yep, it looks like they built a ramp. That leads up to the road over here. I think, yeah, getting across here, and especially some of this marshy junk in here, and this last one was the worst. I think that was all on stream. There were some incidents that were made out here on the icy lake. Turns out there are a bunch of spots where you can not fall all the way through, but you can fall through enough that even the Tataran couldn't go forward or backwards anymore. I did discover that you can actually drive across the top of this dam, even when you're pulling the new big trailer. So that's worked out real nice. So that has made getting across the map from this entrance, you drive over here, you pop down to this little warehouse, you come over here across the dam, and then you can make kind of a straight line over here to the gas station in these environs. Prime. You don't have to go through the big, giant off to one side or the other anymore. I cleared the roadblock that was up here, so I now have direct access to this little harbor. I am a cheapskate, however, so I am not going to pay them $750 to ferry my truck from one map to the other. They've already stolen so many of my trucks from me. They're not getting another $750 a pop. That's just on principle. Call that one too. But it does give me access to some of the other doodads and doohickeys over here on the other side of the map. There's one other area that I had been to. Maybe that was back on the first map. Thought to get to the quarry. Okay, nope, there was some stuff I needed to come over here to this warehouse to get. The drilling spare parts. That's what I needed. That involved doing this drive right here. It's possible to climb that hill, even with a good-sized truck. So that's a little scary, but it was doable. Now, in theory, I have the option of driving over here. I don't know yet, but it looks like if I can drive up on this side in order to use the dam as a bridge, and then get up here to the upper side. So we still have some experimenting to do to take a look at things as we go. I don't know what the snow is like between here and the highway, so we're going to give this a quick test. If this truck with its crap tires can make it, then I think this has become a solid, viable option for coming and going from the quarry. Although this nice piece of highway, does it go all the way around? That's right, it doesn't actually quite go all the way around. You have to take this detour, which isn't bad, but it's still a detour. Or you can cut through here, down into this dip. You do have to make a U-turn. We got some planning to work on. What was I looking at? I think I am looking at this one called Rocky Emergency. I think it actually remembered the mission I was looking at. I believe this is the mission that is going to open up this other tunnel for me, because last time we went to take a look and it was blocked. Match up the colors. Looks like this dude. Yes, Rocky Emergency. Access to gateway. That's the reward we want. So I need this construction. Yeah, that construction rig, which is actually... No, that's not the same place that I was before. Oh, that's an even easier spot to get to. Oh, that one's not bad. Oh, except oh yeah, so I'm only taking it over there. How hard can it be, right? So I got to move that one, and then I need the drilling equipment. Oh, you know what? I think I already have the drilling equipment on this trailer right here. I think. I'm using the new flatbed semi loaded with trailer part. Loaded with parts because it has repair parts and gas on board. So if I've got the drilling equipment on this one, it's already on the way. That's also... Yeah, that's the elephant. So that's also the one that can go get the construction rig because it's big. I'm driving a bunch of very thirsty girls, so I brought the fuel tanker all the way over here already. And the Plaid I've been very, very happy with. It was over here doing a little help too. It's got the flatbed on, so it was delivering some of the smaller cargo. And I've got the elephant hauling around the big trailer with the larger cargo. I don't see... I may have to turn around and go back down to pick up this drilling equipment. Where am I? I am parked up here. I'm on the pavement. That bridge is broken. I think some of these big bridges that don't have the task markers on them actually have contracts to repair them. I still haven't gone to them. Feel like your triumphant parachute landing is being snubbed. Oh no! Oh, that's because I haven't... That's... I needed to get JediBot 2.0 taken care of first, so that everything's modularized. Then it's easier to expand as well for things like keeping track of or noticing when landings happen. Building bridges like that guy from Death Stranding. You mean Conan O'Brien? Yes, it's exactly that way. Hang on. Old Bacon Face landed for a 2805. Oh, that was back with a picnic basket fire too. Oh, shame. Shame on me. Do I have a... That's the closest I have to the shame bell. Hang on, let me go back up here. And, oh, that's random singing. That's different. There we go. There is an appropriate landing.
10 viewers.
Oh. Hang on, let me scroll back up here. Is that? Oh God, where'd my mouse go? Where's my curt? Oh, I see it. It is so small on that big menu. There you go. That's Nico coming through with the chat. I actually have 10 viewers on the streamer side too. Boom. Okay, we're getting them called. Okay, did I have that one somewhere? Oh, hey, you know, actually, I could be leaning over here and using the other computer with the nice big display, but I'm not. Okay, there we go. Now it's caught up to it. What to do? I'm just going to leave him parked right smack in the middle of the street. I'm going to pull him slightly off to the side. Oh. There we go. One button to shut off his engine. I do like that. Let's go see if the Effluent has the... Ooh, stop rocking. Drilling equipment. I'm pretty sure this is drilling equipment. Once upon a time, it would show the little yellow arrow if that was the right thing. What's the other thing I can do to look at it? I can do... Is it down? No, it's not down. It's up. Everybody look up. Yeah, the little party hat. That's a drilling cone. Whew. Okay, so I have the proper equipment for this. I'm gonna drive up here. The Plaid may need to move a little bit out of the way. Thirsty Girl's gonna take a drink from the Paystar. I need to get over there. Ooh. This may be a spoiler, but that bridge doesn't look done. So I can't take it the easy way. I haven't driven up this before. Maybe that's what the Mercer can do, as long as it's sitting over here. Have it drive that to see how bad it is. We cut over here. This crossing actually isn't a real problem. That there's some rocks you kind of got to wiggle between. The trailer may not be happy, but maybe the trailer can suck it. And then the rest of that's a pretty easy drive. So I think there is one spot where it's a little marshy, but it's doable. This is... Oh, yeah, okay. There's the marshy spot that's doable. This is the marshy spot that really sucks. I don't like going through there. It's more trailer-friendly, but it's not friendly. So let me pop back over to the Mercer real quick. Nope, get rid of you. Let's have the Mercer make a quick run, because I'm a little worried about what that might be. That looks like funky ribbon. I'm a little worried about it, and let's at least drive up to that point. There we go. Oop, don't bang your nose there. Okay, there you go. Good boy. Okay, headlights are on. Yeah, there's no beacons on this truck. Can't do anything safely. Oh, yeah, we're spinning already. This stuff shouldn't be a problem for the elephant and the trailer. I'm a little worried. I shouldn't be. I guess I don't need to be worried. I was a little worried about this truck getting up these steps, but this looked doable. No beacons. I know, right? I'm breaking the law. Breaking the law. Oh, holy crap. I was singing. That's a random song. That counts. Okay, I'm getting more and more comfortable with where some of these are, but yeah, I don't call the singing very often, so I had to go hunt for that one. Okay, this is a nice wide turn. Trailer's gonna be happy here. This is snowy. But still, this truck is doing it. Now that it's in the snow, you can actually see some of the tread pattern on these tires. These may not be the crappy highway tires they look like after all. That's good enough for this trailer. You can do that here. The dog from Tintin? Yes. That is always what I mean. If there's a way for me to make a reference to a dog, I will do it. I'll do it, and I'll be proud of it. Master Jedi and I could come to some sort of conclusion on what the hell is going on with our lives for the next 1 to 4 to 78 years. We would definitely bulk up on another dog. Okay, that definitely looks like tire tracks are going off this direction, but I don't see anything there to go to. And the reason that looks like a weird thin ribbon thing is because it's nightmare fuel. It's more of this stuff. I don't think this will be particularly bad for the elephant, even with the trailer. As this truck is demonstrating, there is enough to winch onto. And it looks like only that entry spot. Yeah, it looks like only the entry spot back there is going to be a real problem, so I think this route may be doable. Once we get over here, we avoid going through the double marsh by just going through the single marsh. Just want to see how much this truck can actually do with this kind of snow. So I've done the rest of this drive. I'm going to park you up there. Okay. Clear that. And then the rest of this way... Yeah, there's that little wiggle you got to do to get through them rocks there, but the rest of it isn't bad. Everything over here would be really easy, except for the fact that you can't just get there. Could drive it down here and take it across the ice. I think if I tried to stay on these faux roads, things would do well. Where things went badly is I came down here and thought, oh, all I have to do is cut straight over here. Nope, it is ugly, ugly, ugly right through there. Maybe I need to go around to the side, maybe come up over that way. But I don't know. And a big old truck with big old heavy cargo is probably not the best experiment to use. getting over there isn't really going to help me because that's too far away. And even over here, it's a doable climb. No, I think we're going to try going this way. I think that's what we're going to go with. If I had to turn it around, I probably would just take it across that way, but I'm going to have to get turned around here anyway. Maybe I do this. Maybe this is the plan. Maybe I get a nice big U-turn. I'm going to pull up here. And I mean, if the Mercer could do it, I'm sure the Elephant can do it. We're just going to go ahead and plug our way up here. Since I haven't taken this route before, I'm going to put a few extra waypoints, more than I normally do, on. This part I've done before, so I can thin out a little bit. So I think once you get through that little wiggle zone, the rest of this is pretty straightforward. Let me get more on the road, just to make sure I hit it. There we go. Right there. Bob's your uncle. I'm just looking at calling everything I can now. Oh no, I actually need to change vehicles. Let's go for the Elephant. Nope, that's the wrong button. That's the Elephant. Look how fun this dude is now. That's right, U-turn. Okay. This should be safe. Oh. Now it's safe. Bardic, that is a good idea. Before I get hauling too much, let's give this a shot. I was watching good friend Keenamy play a little bit of this while I was working today, and he has all of the same fun with his Elephant that I do. It takes a steering wheel input as a suggestion more than an actual requirement when you're going forward. Are you going to make it around this corner? There we go. It's not bad about reading your inputs when it's backing up, but yeah, it's not big on turning when going forward. Let me set the brake. Stop the engine. Hey everybody, welcome to the show, Coffee Monkey. Yeah, it's more a guideline than a rule, really, which I believe is Ghostbusters paraphrase. Freshly brewed in the fires of Mordor. It's not anything like that at all. Not even close. I noticed I accidentally have blown out 85% of the suspension on this truck, but there are 0 repair facilities on this map anywhere that I found. There is a gas station, but it's not the kind that actually does repairs, so unfortunately, this little dude has to kind of gimp around a little bit. I don't think it's completely lost its ground clearance yet. I think it doesn't do that until you lose all of your suspension, but I think it's lower than normal. But I am going to drive this down here. I'm going to do the refuel. Yes, from that tank. Fill up the main. Fill up his repair trunk. I'm going to top up myself as long as I am here. Now that tank on the tongue of the trailer holds another 240 liters, as well as some repair parts now. I like this new trailer. It holds 6 slots of cargo, and then it effectively uses a 7th slot for extra consumables. The easiest way for me to check that from this position is to get over here. We do a refuel. Elephant, Paystar. Oh, I had used a little bit of... Oh, that's right. Down at the bottom of the quarry, I had 3 trucks at one point. So they were all drinking out of this yellow-orange tanker. So let me go ahead and top that one up. Okay, everybody except the giant 2,800 liter beast over there are now full. Hey, good looking. I'll be back for you later. Nope, okay, the beacons are on. Oh, okay, if I tilt up, I can see the beacons. Can't move the camera. How appropriate for me to back into the quarry pit now. Alright, now we're cooking. Okay, let's see how the volume level's doing. Oop. Not crash. Volume there, touch high. Oh yeah, I've got it up to... I got it up to an 80, so let's turn that down into the mid-70s. That's a little better. Give it a little bonus horn. Some idiot left a bunch of steel lying there in the road just waiting to rip apart the side of the truck. Whoop, downshift. We've spent the last couple of seasons with some of the hill climbability gently nerfed with basically all the trucks across the board. We used to have a couple that were always slow, but they would just go straight up the side of the mountain and not have to slow down any farther for it. But now they all kind of peter out there. My ulterior motive with the Mercer is when this bad boy goes by, he's a vampire. He's gonna drink all the blood out of that Mercer. Because at this point, I got nothing left to do except recover it back to the main garage. Because now it doesn't have anything on the bed. Nope, high's not gonna work. It doesn't even have a saddle of any kind, so it can't tow anything except like one of those stupid dolly trailers that I hate, and I don't want to tow one of those, so screw it, I'm not going to. You can't make me. Ooh, not even a winch point to grab. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, we got a little nerf for some of these hill climbs. Oh, no, that's too far. Don't go that far over. Nope, diff lock is always on. Let's try out the outside a little more. Oh. I'm not going to say I'm mad, but you know what I am, Elephant. Let's try back this way. Yeah, one rear axle is at least trying to move. Well, if this ain't gonna go, then I get to turn around one more time. I'll come back here and get a little more speed. This is not a speed truck. Oh, it's so close. Oh, it's right there. It's on the lip. It's trying so hard. It's not going to make it. Time to lurk. Oh, that's right. It is Pathfinder Day. Well, good luck with either murdering your players or not being murdered by your GM, whichever of today's scenarios you are in. I managed to not kill anybody on Tuesday. I felt pretty good about that. No, okay. He gets some speed up, but just not enough. It's a little satisfying, but I guess we're gonna go the longer way around because that is how this season works. There's all these straight lines through to things, but you can never take them. You got to take the long way around. Though if some of these large bridges can actually be repaired, then that'll fix some stuff. Aiming for the second one. Well, there you go. Good luck storming the castle. Oh yeah, I was gonna add a bingo for quotes any other movie other than the 3 on there, but I haven't gotten around to it still. Story of my life. But at this point, I am so jazzed that I actually did the big code refactor on Jedi Bot that I'm willing to take that as an entire week's worth of victory. So that means I can now get back to actually expanding it like I have been wanting to, but it's been really difficult to figure out how to do that because it's all been just one big messy file. Now I've got it all separated out into individual areas of concern. So I hopefully will only have to break one piece at a time. One good example is that I now have one parser for dealing with regular chat messages come in, and I have a second parser for dealing with the chat event notifications, like resubs and bids and those things. It doesn't do anything with them right now, except spit out onto the console log that, yep, it saw one come in. So now I have one nice, isolated little file where I can start putting in the logic to deal with, okay, you've got one of these, what do I want to do with it now? It's probably going to start by playing some sound effects. And then I need to do a little more reading to figure out what the bingo ones are supposed to look like, because they do not just come in as regular old chats or chat events. I think there is a category for extension events or whatever it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it comes in as. That's why it's got the little puzzle piece icon in front of Stream Bingo. So I need a puzzle piece interceptor. Everything is nice and slow to fire up. I'm gonna bring him up toward the top here. And then when the elephant goes by, I'm gonna take another drink. A little hopeful this would be a little bit faster, but it's not. I'm not going to back to the top. What I'm going to do is... Oh, that's supposed to go out too? Oh. Okay, hang on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to park you up right here. Here. Very clearly, by the fact that it's still partially grayed out, I haven't driven this way. No, you know what? Don't put that there. I am going to drive the Plaid out here to see how it goes. Because that will actually be nearly as decent a route. And I've already changed my mind. Should I drive the fuel tanker out there anyway? How much fuel have I got? I'm only down 1 liter. I can live with that. Let's just go. This controller doesn't clicky clack near as much as the others, but I should really not be almost literally touching the microphone. Doing it's a limited click clack. There we go. All-wheel drive. Let's go. Oh, no, okay. Yep, you almost got me. You almost got me. Okay. Well, That's why I did this with a different truck before bringing the elephant across. Very clever. Almost got me. Great big slow snow trucks. This is actually the bigger paranoia that I have had, is that it's hard to tell from the big overhead map on some of these spots whether the little rickety bridges actually exist or if they're just the framework and you've got a mission to fill them in. These look like they're here. Triggered some breakaway rock already. Happy to do that with this truck instead of the back end of the trailer. That should be pretty easy to get by. Okay, I think we're looking good on this. This is also a very viable route, but it doesn't have that heavy starting climb that the elephant with the trailer just couldn't make on its own. And we'll park you up right here. And this is only phase 1 of this monstrosity. Tasks, the missions in this game, this season, some of them are way lengthier than in the previous seasons. Driven in part by the fact that the distances you gotta drive are generally a little larger, because the paths you gotta take are a lot more wibbly-wobbly. Bingo vote coming! But also because the trucks you need to get through all of the snow are inherently slower. So it's definitely a smoking if you got 'em season. Smoking's bad, kids, don't do it. I need the big tank. I need to return it. Can you drink a little for yourself too, as long as we're here? Okay, we're off, kids. Stream bingo vote is underway. I want to be farther away from that tree so that I can turn. And now that I know, we're going to stay nice and left here. Not that left. Just this left. So don't hit the tree. Always be voting. There is a metric that you can have bingo tie into that, you know, get 5 total votes will set off a bingo event. Voted for the raid. Decent choice, because I have no idea who or if is actually... Not many other people are out doing their thing on Wednesday. I think Octane used to be able to pop in on Wednesdays, but I haven't seen him streaming Wednesdays in a while, so good choice. The random one is absolutely a box of chocolates. Definitely don't know what it's going to give you, except that it's usually one of the easy ones, because bingo has a vicious sense of humor. Just waiting for technical difficulties. Well, I know. This is one of those rare instances where I'm actually kind of really hoping to not get one, but unfortunately, not having a stream drop doesn't really answer for me whether the loose wire fixed it or not. It hints that it did, but it doesn't directly answer. I've got a lot of good circumstantial evidence working so far today. And let's see, I know I've crossed the 20-minute mark. Where am I going? I'm at the hour mark. So if we make it another 20 minutes, then that's one more tick. Second time recently that it's been your last one. Weird, because usually that's one of the first. Usually that goes off within the first 20 minutes. Maybe that is it. Honestly, with computers, especially the hardware behind them, that could literally be it. That may be all it needs. Nice big batch of Spite. That's what I operate off of. Spite and coffee. I think that's actually just right across the streets where I want to head up the hill. It's not a bad plan. It's a very workable plan. I do have one other thing I want to do. Let me hop up here real quick. Since I'm nice and full of the go-go juice, I want to make sure... I'm sorry, I'm drunk right now. I want to make sure that the elephant is fully topped up before we go for it. Here we're going. We pooped out on the other rocks. I'm pretty sure that the other rocks were steeper and had a slightly taller rock face. Here we go. Do have a longish trailer. Let's see if we can just keep pushing this way. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's way better. Here we go. I want to say, hey, if the Mercer could do it, this truck could do it. This truck could not pull the hill out of the little quarry warehouse area. So, 1 point to the Mercer. This is one of those points where it kind of considers the fact that you've maybe asked it to make a left turn, and it'll think about it. Big long trailer. I can't fault it too bad, except I can absolutely fault it. I can yell at it. That's a rock. Even with that nice little slidey angled nose, couldn't quite push through and around that rock. Nice wide wheelbase. Means we can take some good leans without too much of a worry. This is one of those points where it's kind of nice to be playing it. Oh, be careful, leaning. Playing it on a full bore computer rather than the Switch. It gets a decent draw distance. I'm going to think about turning maybe. This is one of those where I found that if you feather the accelerator trigger a little bit, that for no good reason helps those front tires bite a little bit better. Going fast, but we're going. After I bought this trailer at the trailer store in the first map, just so I could hook it up here and drive it over, because I needed to bring something from the first map to the second map. It wasn't to unlock the first truck, but it was to open up something. It may have been to repair the pass. It was one of those things or another. Right after I did that, I did a little more exploration of this map and discovered that there's one of these trailers just lying around. I think it's tied to a mission, so you can't keep it forever, but I could have just used it while I was over here until that mission finally came up. So, I got a spare trailer. If anyone wants to buy a trailer, you let me know. He has no trouble smashing through this stuff. Trailer can just pull right up over the top of that rock. Oh, we found the Mercer. Ooh, way better than Switch. You can fire the horn as many times as you like and it just keeps going. It's also better than the Steam Deck, I'll point out. The Switch, you can honk the horn as quickly as you like, but it will only make the sound effect every other honk if you do it that way. On the Steam Deck, it won't let you honk again until it's ready for you to honk again. It's kind of a joke that way. That's what I needed. Oh, did it actually go already? Oh, hey, it already came back and I didn't have to click a button or anything. It was a small one. It's better. I still have 0 dropped frames, but my connection meter didn't drop into the red with the X. It just dropped into the dark yellow. So it was still connected. But we definitely got the nut like this kid, so that's gonna count as far as technical difficulty goes. So hey, there you go, old bacon face. You asked for it, you got it, and we have a bingo winner. You know, the game's already paused here anyway. Let me bring the mouse back over here. We can turn on the prize wheel right here over the top of the game. Boop. Still a pretty wheel. It's totally illegible. Profiting from this. I'm not going to count that one as a full disaster. There's definitely still a technical difficulty, but it makes me wonder if the current version of OBS would have survived that, because it hasn't been up through now. I had to roll back to a prior version because the current version of OBS, as of 2 months ago, as soon as it hit one of those blips, it disconnected from Twitch, and that was the end of it. You had to restart OBS to get it to even try again. So I've backed up now to where it will actually do the retry process again. But since that wasn't a hard disconnect, that might have stuck around. But I'm not testing it until I have a month of reliable stream connections. And so far we are at 0 days. Hey, let's give this a spin. What have you won today? Distant Worlds 2. Actually, a decent looking one. Let me come over here.
Yay for the Wheel of Death.
So many worlds. But there may only be 2 of them. The Wheel of Misfortune. The Wheel of Fish. Distant Worlds returns. Critically acclaimed 4X space strategy game is back with a brand new 64-bit engine. People thought they could only do 63 bits. Boom. No, they added one more. 64-bit now. 3-dimensional graphics. And a polished interface to begin an epic new Distant Worlds series with Distant Worlds 2. Actually, it looks like the kind of game that would normally kind of suck me in. I think this one had weird performance response on Steam Deck, so I didn't swipe it for myself. I think there were people that could make it work on a Steam Deck, but you had to go in and manually configure the graphics settings, and I ain't got time for that. So congratulations. Don't live in any of those 297 countries. Boop, there is a link. We come over here. We now know we just always have Discord up and running over here so that we can go find the face of old bacon. Ooh, I gotta lean. And congratulations, DM has been sent. Oh man, I got a whole mess of messages sitting over here. Let me see if any of these are any good. No, these are terrible. These are all crap. I hate these. Oh, and that one's from Bardic. Yeah, we're going to ignore that one. So that one is on its way. Let me take Distant Worlds 2 off of the list. Blink. There it is. Okay, there. It came back up. And we are all set in that category. Let me make sure everything else. Did I just call a random bingo? No, I think I just barely missed the button. It was close though. Let's turn off the wheel over here. Yeah, eventually I'm going to remember to put together a Stream Deck button for turning the wheel on and off too, now that it gets enough use. It didn't matter so much, I could just leave it on when this was my backup scene, but now it's the primary scene for doing the Mac capture. So congratulations, old bacon face. You beat out Darkstar today. I need to click back over here real quick. And please continue. I saw the not like this kid come up, so I immediately... I didn't even put on the parking brake. I just immediately killed the engine and went to pause to make the sun go away a little slower, hopefully, maybe. Oh, apparently I turned off the headlights too. I got excited. It would be nice if I could get through the wiggle spot, which is just right over there. The before the sun's down. Just swing that big ass round. I think the trailer will go over the top of that rock. And we'll probably have to do a multi-point turn because, yep, we don't like turning. Oh, that was a good call. I wonder. I've actually driven the Tataran over on this side instead of going over the middle where the tire tracks are. Some of these ice flows will disappear on you, but this dude has the giant tires. He may not care. Oh, big boy don't care. Oh, that's way easier than trying to squeeze up the middle. So now we just need to do the wiggle spot. I think that is the next obstacle. I got a little bit of sun. I really like that tower up there. That one I think is the prettiest of the tower views this season. When you launch your balloon, whatever the hell you do to get the big overhead view. Because there's the icy lake here. There's the water. There's actually a couple of waterfalls coming down on this side. There's the big frozen lake with the racing down below. Someday I'm going to have to do the actual race. Here's the wiggle right here. Going over the top. Going over the top might be a thing. Might be a bad thing, but it might be a thing. Luckily, my crane and my winch are both free. And there's a tree right there, so... Oh, this thing's got so much power. It just straightened the trailer out behind it in the gap. Oh, now it's going to stick one of the back tires, though. Yeah, one of those back tires is going to be hung up on something. So now this tree right here to my left may come in handy unless I got it loose. It's not bad. We can pivot over here. Get this backed up a little bit. I can get a little more straight shot. This truck loves to go straight. Oop. Not that far. The sun's going down. I got the truck through the wiggle spot, so I guess that's what it thought I meant when I was really hoping I can get the truck through before the sun went down. $600-point turn to get off these rocks. There we go. Pull it. Are you going to do it this time? Oh, you're a beast. I love you. I didn't even have to rely on the winch to help out with the back end of the trailer. Everything I've had so far makes it through this little mud pit without any problems, so we're going to do this. Way safer than taking the tight turn through the trees over there. Now the rest is just a slow cruise. So many... headed into space. There is still one with a fun name that I'm waiting for someone to land on. And minor spoiler alert, Dredge is actually on the wheel still. And as the winner of Dredge, I also have a bunch of coupons for all of its DLC for 30% off. So eventually, when someone wins Dredge, they will have the option for all of them little coupon codes too. I think you can get 25% off all of them on your own through a bundle that they already have built, but an extra 5% each would save you a very, very small amount of money. How much are those DLCs together? They might be 15. So 10% would be $1.50. So the extra 5% would be like 75 cents. Yeah, you never know. I need to... Oh. Oops. Oops. You know what? There we go. I'm just going to turn off all of the old blue because I don't think I really need it anymore. I'm fairly positive I know where I'm going, but since it is dark now, I should try to avoid getting lost if at all possible. Because this trailer's really difficult to turn around, especially when it's loaded like this. There we go. There we got a good turn. Let's go back. I can hear the cargo clank in my right ear. Camera turned at just the right angle. Look at all that exhaust billowing out to me. Well, there is a shortcut that goes up that one side of the rock. It's a harder climb than sticking to this side, but we're going to see how the trailer feels about going through here. I may have to take that shortcut. Still moving? Yeah, you're still moving. Yeah, okay. Keep moving. There's nothing to winch onto up front, but what if I try doing a little something on the back here? Knowingly or not, I may be committing myself to a thing now. That may have actually... Oop, nope, I'm going to be up here, and I need you to let go. There we go. Okay, I think that may have worked. Just a little winch up the butt. Don't do that either, kids. A little winching is all it took. We are off. We'll run then again. I don't even feel bad about winching. I haven't gone terribly far, but I've only used a half a regular tank to do it, so that's another positive. I got lots of spare fuel. I want to be sure to drink from this trailer before I detach in order to go back to get the construction rig. Because the plaid... Oh, you know what? I should have paid attention. No, actually... I do need to go around down this end here first. Nope, settle. Pick that, thank you. I don't have to turn hard to the left. But, the plaid does not have a saddle on, so it cannot go get the construction rig. This is the only truck I have on this map for that. Let's be cool about actually turning. Keep being cool about it. You need to stay at the outside edge of the turn, but not the bottom of the hill. Steep turn, but there shouldn't be any rocks. But it's going to make me 4-point turn to get around. Nope, there it goes. Gravity helped there that time. Threw the nose up in the air and it kind of fell to the side. So where are you at today, Nico? You working again? You driving home from working? Well, it may mandate that I go through the little miniature forest here, but nope, there's too many trees and there's a stump. Oh, there's 2 stumps, yeah. Stumps would have ruined everything. So instead, I'll back up. I'll work over here. I won't turn, so I'll back up a little again. Do a bunch of the backup game. I'll work on feathering the gas. Gets me a little bit better turn bite. Love a good bite. Oh! Inch and a half too wide. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's because I'm not getting the wheels turned all the way back over before going straight. Why is that happening? Because it's dark and I can't see them. Show details. We'll just say, hey, you can't get through there yet. Oh, yeah, there you go. There's a whole bunch of construction still happening. Cargo, drilling equipment. Oh, God. I'm glad that was the right one. We need to park it. How am I going to come up here from the other? There's a chunk I haven't driven through over here yet. Oh, I may need to keep that in mind. That might not be a bad way to bring this bad boy up. I can come up the main road, and I just need this trailer to kind of not be in the way. These are, oh, absolutely. There's no doubt that there are Gru in these forests. That would make a great story if the original Zorks were actually all written by a Canadian developer. And you could absolutely tie this together. Be a little slow and methodical. Get this trailer out of the way. It's kind of mostly only using one lane right now. I would like it to be using at most one lane instead. That'll do. Love it, rigs. First, I want to take a look. What is that mission? That is government support. That's not what I'm doing, so we are blowing it off right now. We are doing the Rocky Emergency. I need to take the semi-rig to the tunnel on the other side. Oh, okay, well, I'm happy I read that now rather than later, which would typically be my MO, to screw that up until the wrong point in time. So I want that one, but I need to, yeah, so I need to go back through there with it. Oh, okay. Very good to know. So I need to drive the truck over here, pick up the rig. Then we come out this way and back through that gate. I do not need to drive it back up here. I'm bringing it to the other side of this gateway. And if I check over here, go to here, then I need... Yeah, okay, so it needs to go over there and, oh, crossing this map. So I'm going to come out here. I've done this drive before. Yes, this is the one where there's that rock slide right there that blocks everything off. So you have to go the low road. I got that locked in. And if I get over to here, then we can just drive. Oh, okay, that's not bad. This isn't bad on this side. And that is a fuel tanker right there. So I am going to fuel up on the trailer that I'm facing right now. Then between my main tank and my reserve tank, I should have enough fuel to get over here, at least to this Scout fuel carrier that I believe still has all 900 liters in it, and then pop right up here. And then I can just go right through this tunnel to reconnect with that trailer again and top off further if I need to. Also, that is, I think that's a fuel trailer, but that one is tied to a mission. And I won't be able to get to it because it's on top of the hill. Okay, I can work with this. Step one, let's get out of here so that I can take a quick drink. And it will not help me to refuel from my own trunk supplies. I need to do it from the trailer. That's as far as I can get. So I'm only 33 low. That's okay. And I may pass another scout field trailer on the way here too. So I am as topped up as I'm gonna be. I am foolishly putting my money on, if I go ahead and follow this road around the outside edge, I have driven this before. If there is anything over here, it's trivial. I'm not going to worry about it. I have not driven down here, but I am, the foolish part here is I'm going to believe that I can actually drive around and that both of these bridges are cool and that I could get to the chemical waste disposal facility. If that is the one I actually want to get to. It may not be the one that I want to get to. I don't think any of these drop down onto this lower ice. Well, maybe if I come up here, this might come onto this ice. There was there's a vehicle that was stuck out in the middle of this pond when it was out ice fishing. I ran out here to collect it and ran back, and it's accessible easily right here. But if I can come over here and drop down to the water, that's a little shorter. Otherwise, I'm going to assume this road splits. The second one here, is that a crossable bridge? Because it's really hard to tell. I'm going to get down to here. I'm going this way no matter what. Either I go around this slightly longer way, or if that bridge is intact, I can take this shorter route, even though I haven't actually technically driven that side yet. Yeah, up here it goes over the hill. Yeah, one of those will probably work, right? I mean, how bad can it be? Slightly push that trailer out of the way. 9-point turn to get things going, because that's how I be. And headed off down the hill. As long as I don't get too crazy crossing the ice on the other map, I don't think there's going to be anything hard about this drive. There's just going to be some spots where it's going to bog down and be a little slow. Click the green button. Yeah, that's right. I remember this. I did do this one before. It says, "Oh no, warning, warning, detour required, detour," but all you have to do is just drive slightly around. It's not a thing. Okay, good. It's not like back over by the quarry, where there's a truck-length gap in the road that you cannot get across. Although, I managed to fight my way across some rocks on the Tataran, but there's effectively no other truck that's going to do that successfully. And I think I needed to use the winch so you could really actually only go one direction with it. Couldn't go both. This is way easy. Be careful because it's icy. I still haven't run into anything on either of these maps that mandate that you have chains, like a couple of them that Amur did. But some of them definitely get slickery. Yeah, the Northern Lights, they do a nice job. Several of their regions have those. Okay. We are going nuts. And we are going to take this slightly shorter and newer path around. I'm going to drop down to pick that bad boy up, and then I will plot a little more once we get there. Well, the sky is prettier this way than the Dummels. I can agree that far on this scene. The ground sucks ass in the pretty skylight. it is way better with the dumb old sun. So really, you can only either look up or down. You should never look at both directions at the same time. That bridge was here. Good to know. Made it across. I've also confirmed, I'm going to double confirm, I've opened all 8 watchtowers, and I've unlocked all 4 upgrades, so I don't have to go upgrade hunting anymore. And I'm all the way up to 14 out of 64 missions, way up from the old 0. So that's pretty good. I finally had my shot at getting to play this multiplayer with Miss Moon on Monday, since I had Monday as a holiday, and just everything was bad on Monday, so I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I wasn't even able to join her stream until about the last 30 minutes. Monday for a holiday, it sucked. Oh, hey, this bridge is built. Oh, this bridge is tiny. There's no way this bridge could actually support this truck in real life, so I wonder if it will in the game. Oh, no, oh God, just go fast, just go fast, just go fast, it'll be fine. This is just rocky outcropping. Yeah, this is good. Speaking of rocky, and I'll grant this is a stretch, but it's just where the stream of consciousness went inside my skull. I am looking at one way or another putting together a game of that. What the hell is this game? I just bought it today. I don't remember what the hell the name is already. Because I pre-ordered it a little while ago, and then it just kind of popped up today saying, hey, congratulations, you now own it. And I go, hey, great, what did I buy? Oh, yeah, that's right. Let me look. Sunderfolk, that's it. I think the most efficient way of playing that, at least the first time, would be to do a private stream over Discord, rather than doing it on Twitch. Theoretically, you should be able to do it on both. The way that the game works is that it runs on, you know, a computer or a platform. It runs on everything you need. I've got it on Switch now, so it even runs on Switch. Where do I want to go? Okay. And the very first step of the game is it pops up a big old QR code that you scan on your phone. And then either it will launch into their companion app on the phone, or it will take you to the page where you can go download it from your appropriate phone's app store. And then you use your phone as the controller to play. Even the host uses a phone for controlling their character during play. But you get certain levels of feedback, like you've got your hand of cards that will live there on your phone, and anytime you need to make a selection of whatever, you do it there. But then the game itself plays out on the main game, so that's why whoever is hosting the game actually has to stream
My
it so everyone
phone
can
is
see
a
it.
controller for that one game you mentioned in Discord. I think Sandwich's Discord.
Oh, the literally, I've already forgotten, because let's be honest, all of those games, they've only got like 6 or 7 words, and then they just compound them together a bunch of the time, and so I don't remember what is Soulmyth, Soulmander, Salamander, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Sunderfolk. That's it, Sunderfolk. I didn't even go look it up again. So yeah, I'm thinking the goal there is going to be to play it over Discord. I think I may actually have to build an additional scene here in OBS so I can use it as a virtual camera. Attach trailer. Trailer's too far away. You know what? Screw you.
He's a
How about
soul
that?
man. Do.
There we go. Now we're connected. I'm going to shut that down. Let's see how the hell we get out of here. Shatterfolk. I know, honestly, it's close enough. It may as well be. I got to get out of here. Now, I know that I could actually take this and drive it across the bridge there. Doesn't do me any good, though, because I'd have to take it all the way over here to get the boat, and as I stated at the beginning, I'm cheap, and I'm not paying them $750 just to ride their stupid boat to the other map when they have already stolen hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of trucks from me. I'm going to be angry every damn time. I think I can actually literally just go straight across there. I don't have to try to get across that little bridge, so we're going to give it a shot. We're going to try it. The Tines of Justice. Sundered Fork. Ooh. Yeah, you're getting some good ones. Was that not a redundant title?
You can't ride their hideous boat. Make them look at your beautiful boat.
That's right. Oh, it's too bad that's not part of bingo today. I have the most gorgeous boat in the fleet. I don't know exactly what's going on with it right now because I didn't play on Saturday. And if I end up streaming starting late on Hey, look at that. Oh, hey, I actually... oh, wait a minute. It came back
We're
with
back, wood.
I see that it came back over there. Oh, okay, there it goes. It had to rebuffer. But I see a basket falling, so it's way behind. But then it buffered it.
Bork ruined everything.
Let me refresh everything here. Okay, so as annoying and frustrating as it is, it at least goes as far as confirming that that one loose connection I had was not the problem. So I've been able to concretely
Buffer.
rule something
I
out.
hardly knew her.
You need to do that on Dan's stream. I'm just going to let you know that now. I can still appreciate them, but if you want applause, you're going to need to go to Dan's stream.
Don't tell me what to do, Chiefy.
Okay, that's fair. You absolutely don't have to do what I say. So, where I was trying to go before being so rudely interrupted by weather, what's the time? An hour 38. Interesting. Hey, Darkstar, you just missed my most recent stream outage, so
Don't tell me to
congratulations.
not listen to you either.
Don't tell you to do or not do. Got it. Or don't got it. Whatever. You know, I'll do what I want. So, hey, Darkstar, you just missed the latest stream outage, so I might be able to go for an entire hour before the next time it craps out.
Don't confuse me either.
That one's on you, buddy. Hey, look at me, Darkstar. I'm driving the truck. I've been driving this slow truck the entire stream. I'm trying to get this one mission done. That's the way Season 15 goes. All of the missions with all of this snow that Old Bacon Face ordered. Make everything go slowly. Which is just the way they wanted it. Wow, we're going too slow. This is inappropriately slow. And for a change, I can't see what's going on with the back end here because there's too many trees in the way rather than it being nighttime.
SnowRunner featuring planes needs to happen.
SnowRunner featuring planes. Plane Runner. The Amur region did have the airplane that you had to scoop up out of the lake and then drive to the airport. It had crashed there. So you couldn't actually fly. But you did get to drive around parts of an airplane. Get out and make a snowman. Nope, the snowman have already been made. They're mostly in
Listen to
both
every
towns.
Get out and make a snowman.
I don't have a redeem that allows you to make me make a snowman, so I'm afraid I'm not going to do it. I am going to consider driving off the edge of this though, just on principle. Gah. Back to the small steps. We know it'll do small steps. We knew that it would do small steps. Oh, it's still doing it. Okay. This trailer is even bigger and heavier. I don't think it's longer than the other one. Oh, I thought you managed to get an auga out of it. That was still pretty impressive, the way that it assembled some random letters together there.
R-O-H-H-Gar.
Yeah, that one did not work. I think ga 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 ga. It just gets a little confused and throws an ooh in somewhere in the middle. I'm picking up. Oh my god, I'm in second gear.
Better.
TTS do better, yeah.
Wow.
Coming. Okay, everyone, hang on. The game will save its damn self when it is damn good and ready. But I appreciate the thought and effort. This truck has turned into a bit of a treasure. I think it could do with a little bit better gearing. If it had the variable gearing, I absolutely would have put that on. And since it's not here, I'm guessing it must not support it. Oh no, don't winch that way. Do not winch that way, little buddy. Okay, I need to get a little winch on. There is no. Why did the winch point over here disappear as soon as I told it which winch to use? Well, I'm just gonna go for it. Oh, hey, look at that! I actually made it. I didn't need to winch
Winch
after
the
all.
wrong way, you can do it, little buddy. That is a truck.
Little buddy, that is a truck. Okay, this is a good spot to hole up. Since fuel is precious, I'm gonna pause it while I. Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's Coffee Monkey again. Oh wait, this was a double hydrate. Okay, so the first one was OBF's, and the second one here is Nico's. That's good stuff. I don't think you were here at the beginning, Nico. Master Jedi did not have to go down into the office today, so I actually
Welcome
don't
in,
have my
Coffee
regular
Monkey.
hard stop time.
It's good you let Jedi's lips touch you.
That should be a coffee mug right there. So I don't have the hard stop, but there is playoff hockey coming in not too long from now, so I may end up dumping out just for that, but I can go till at least 5:01 this time. So there is a bridge over there. It's possible. I haven't tried driving across here, but there are tracks on the other side, so I think
Master
someone has
Jedi
done
works
it.
from home today, so we get a 24-hour journey.
Series is tied 1-1. The Avs had a lead until late in Dallas last game, but they gave up the tying goal, and then credit where credit is due, they gave up a beautiful overtime goal to the dreaded Stars. So taking one in Dallas is fine.
Sound.
That's not really the TTS horn sound, I suppose. Wow, this was way more straightforward than trying to do some hardcore wiggle to get over that bridge over there. I'm a fan of this path. I'm liking it. I'm sticking with it. Still slow. Nothing I can do about that. So my goal here is to actually complete the Rocky emergency. And this truck is
Hardcore
so
Wiggle
powerful.
Wiggle
it
is
broke
not
that truck.
Twitch friendly.
It's not Twitch? No, I'm sure Twitch is okay with it. Although I'll be sure to edit my VOD to quiet that out, just in case anyone goes looking. So my plan here is to get Rocky Emergency done, because, you know, Rocky, and then that will open up the other tunnel for getting to this map. And I think that will be a super good thing, since I refuse to take the boat. I will then have 2 ways to get over here and back. And that's going to make me a happy bunny. Ooh, 3rd gear! Oh man, I hit 4th
The act
gear.
of hardcore wiggle wiggle. Not the words you can say hardcore wiggle wiggle to your heart's desire wiggle wiggle away.
Done. Wiggle, wiggle. Little shoulder dancing like I'm on Jason Bowman stream. God, this loads so fast. It's even faster than the Steam Deck. Hey everybody, welcome back to the harbor. I don't know what cutting across there might or might not be like, and it scares me a little bit. I actually remembered the part that I was going to remember.
That atrocious shoulder dance is definitely not Twitch friendly. My eyes feel violated.
That is fair. Luckily, there's nothing in bingo that says I can't do it, though. This is going to be a little bit of a gnarly crossing, but Gnarly Crossing's my middle name. If I can go straight up here, I'm going to do that because I can. And there is a fuel tanker. I can have all the fuel I can drink out of it because someone left it out
New
overnight.
bingo spot Jedi Wiggle Wiggles.
And then I need to drop it off to the side of the tunnel over there. Okay, so we are now approaching the other side of that under construction tunnel. It's kind of clever this time that you had to deliver something to both sides. I don't remember them doing that before. Headlights. I gotta rotate the camera up to see the beacons. The little mini mirrors on that roof rail there. Oh no, those aren't mini mirrors. Those are the horns. That's right. I added the extra horns right up there by the roof rack. This is a good call. Totally worth it. Okay, we're off and running. I have snow on the tongue of my trailer. I sat here too long. I've angered the snow gods. It's pretty good. And unfortunately, Jedi Wiggle Wiggles is probably going to happen even less often than the random song. Although I have found myself getting into the random singing. It's terrible singing, so that's just obvious. That goes with the territory. Snow sandwich. I'd rather have a good, like, pastrami. Oh, like a grilled pastrami
Let the
sandwich
terrible singing loose.
with a nice big pickle. Oh, that would be good right now. I think I already did my... Oh, that's right. I was breaking the law earlier, so I already did my singing today. That's always a good one to bust out there. Oh, also, I should probably turn on the all-wheel drive. That'll probably help it.
You regret writing that.
Give me the pickle. I don't think so much actually has that. I'm happy to do it. Oh, okay. I haven't actually gone this way. Now I see why. That's okay. It's just snow. We can do this. Big question is... So my roof is still covered in fuel, because that's a big, safe thing to do. But if I were to run out... Whom do I have on this map that can bring me more? Worry about it if and when we get there. I got the garage on this map. Worst case scenario, buy another fuel truck, but I would probably like to avoid that. This one looks like a railroad bridge. We should have no trouble getting across it. It's a narrow gauge railroad, but rail nonetheless. Nope, the truck is a little bit wider than this one. But that's okay. Ooh, third gear, everybody. I'm going into high. I'm going into high torque gear. We are committed now. This high torque gear really only works, so crap. Oh, never mind. If you keep full throttle the entire time, that it's possible still to stall it out. Ah, damn it. Crunch, crunch, crunch. I got a little deep on that side. That's okay. I do need to keep an eye out for taking naps on our sides. But here's getting a little worrisome as I'm turning into it. There we go. Because this is one of those trailers that once it's taken a nap, it's not really excited about waking up again. You need to go get custom help for that. Although this truck might have enough weight to be able to be able to pull off righting this thing. We're looking at making some turns here. Also, what did I winch to? It's found the tiniest possible things to winch to out here in the forest. I think his nose is actually caught on that rock. It's a little on the unsafe side. We're gonna anchor off of that for the moment. Oh, that's actually working not the way that I had intended, but possibly even better. I ended up pulling the thing back down to that side because you can't let the winch out in this game. That's just for expeditions. Let's see. Actually, I want to pull from the high side again. It can just reach that tree right there, center screen. Beauty. Break off. Give us a pull, sunshine. Probably need to be looking back up front again. So, oh yeah. Okay, don't go too far. I think we're going again. You're really supposed to turn. There you go. Can I get out and read a book on that? Yeah, I can. There's definitely sunbathing available up there. You just have to be careful of those flap caps that they don't smack you in the butt. I'll go straight up here. I think that'll help keep my angle with the trailer a little bit better. And then I won't have to winch it to the tree just to get around the corner. Oh, okay, we're moving again. Oh no, look at what I've done. Let me set the brake. I let it get down into the red. Let me go mark that one off too. Fuel gauge into the red. I was so busy winching that I completely missed the fact that the gauge was getting a little low there. Yeah, I know. She's a thirsty girl, and I let her sit at the bar unaccompanied a little too long. I honestly don't know where that analogy was going. We're probably going to have to drop the cab into the drink here. Just hope that it's shallow enough. Okay, let's go. Phew. So happy that this isn't deep ice, that it's actually going through it in second gear. Now it's having a little trouble. That ding-dang snow. I'd have gotten through there too if it wasn't for you damn Midland snow kids. I'm going to guess the Scooby-Doo villains never actually said damn. It's probably a jailable offense in the 60s. this side. Stay a little bit high to kind of help that trailer get around that rock. Go meet up with Jerk Dude's driveway over here. He knows that his road across is blocked by rocks, but just doesn't feel like going out and fixing it. Hasn't even given me the opportunity to get paid to fix it for him either, so that's why we gotta drive through the marshy soup. There's the river right there. So anyway, back to 30 minutes ago when I was talking about the Sunder folk. It feels like an almost memory, so I'm just going to go, like, you really don't know what. My plan is to get that fired up on a Discord at some point. Definitely not happening today, because once I'm done here, we're heating up some sweet potato curry soup, I believe. It's a pre-made soup that we got at the farmer's market last weekend. Master Jedi has a whole bunch of Asian ingredients we got at the H-Mart on Monday. She's making a lemongrass, I think it's also a sweet potato soup. So we may be doubling up on the sweet potato here. That one is going to get made maybe even tomorrow night. Otherwise, it could be a Saturday afternoon kind of deal. So I got that to get through, and then there is the hockey tonight. So definitely no online gaming for me. Friday is tabletop gaming night for me, so that is out. So there's a possibility I might try to make it happen tomorrow night. You know me and my, hey, I would like to do this at this time things, though, so I'm not going to hold my breath for that. If that falls through, Saturday after Dan's stream, do it on Dan's Discord that way. Because obviously you can have as many people as can fit into Discord can come and watch. But I think it is limited to 4 characters at a time. Is this enough to get me out of here? Oops. Oh, no, this went poorly. That was enough to get the truck out of the hole, but then it was pressed right up against that rock. Oh, crap. I'm kind of stuck here. Let's see if I can straighten out first. Oh, okay. I got unstuck. That's right. I vaguely remember this from earlier. There is a spot that goes hard right there. You can go the other direction. Okay, that would still be cool. Ooh, okay, this has made an extra challenge now. Okay, I'm not worried about that. Let's come back here and get up top. Let's do a winch from all the way at the back. Oh, there it is. It's there. Why can I not connect to the one that I was connected to earlier that didn't work then? There it is. There we go. We're just going ham to try to get across this ice. I have no idea where the good or the bad ice is going this direction. This is starting to feel a little bit better. Try to go around the big rock. Okay. This should be a big hunk of ice. Let me climb over it. Oh, I'm feeling better. Unfortunately, this dude is so heavy up front that he's actually a little resistant to tipping over. One thing that I wasn't clear on is whether you could actually hop up there from over here or not. I don't think so with this great big trailer. So I'm gonna just go to the other side of the creek. No, this connects over. It's that inch and a half too wide again. A small debate with myself coming up. If I want to go ahead and drink deep from this Scout fuel tanker, or if I just want to drive this up to the top, deliver it, and then recover back to the garage so that I'm fully refueled and I leave this full for a later run. Maybe there's an in-between. Maybe I just take a little bit. Because it is full. That was under 100. I'm going to take 2. I'm going to take 2 sips. It shouldn't have taken me 160 liters just to get to the top of this hill to make the delivery. But it's a super embarrassing problem if it does. Because the nice, easy highway bridge that would take you right over to the road that connects to this tunnel up here doesn't exist yet. Don't know if it's one of those that would even allow me to build or not. So I had to do this drive with another truck. Easier without the trailer, but still slow and lengthy. Okay, everyone hold your breath. Yeah, we leveled back out. Running out of fuel on my way up this hill would not be as bad as getting this close and then line the whole thing down on its side. And having to go find my giant... Actually, you know what? My giant recovery truck was one of those that was deleted by Season 14 on the Switch. So I would have to go buy a new giant recovery truck with a big old trailer to get over here. Or you have a giant crane to come lift this big old trailer. Theoretically run over real quick with the Tataran because it carries extra fuel just to do the refueling if I can't do it. I don't want to flip this trailer. Get close. Get so close. I needed to head for the train station, I'd have to park right about here and go. Oh, hey, hang on. I can't do an edit over here in chat at the same time that the controller is operating with the game. Rumble, rumble, Thunderfolk. Yeah, I like that name too. That should be what we go with. To get me started, I may need just a touch of winching assistance to get going again. Winch from here. Nope, I'm gonna need to winch from back here. And I want to winch to the outside of this turn. Oop, I can't reach the good tree yet. That's not gonna work. Right there. No, I'm just a little shy. Damn it. Okay, fine. I'll do it your way. I'll winch from the side that I really kind of don't want to, but I can at least get a good hefty tree over here. this close to the pavement. Look at that, the other side of the tunnel. Boy, you're thinking to yourself, that sure would have been easy if you could have just driven it through the tunnel, right? I said. But they said, no, there's not enough snow if you go that way. We need you to go the other way. I have to get the tongue of the trailer into this yellow square here. But that telephone pole is going to make this really hard. Ooh, made it! The triple treasure. Wait, do I have... oh, hang on a second. What happened here? I don't have the fireworks on this page hooked up to the fireworks button. I'm going to have to go fix that. That's a technical oversight. The technical difficulty. It's already been called. Rocky Emergency. Thanks for answering our emergency call, bud. In prospecting, every minute counts. So we value your efficiency and are willing to translate that appreciation into hard cash. Gateway is now accessible. 14 grand. I'm okay with that. Oh, and I gotta click back on the game so we can see the controller again. That's a little weird, but I guess we're gonna roll with it. I'm actually trying to face it. Travel link. Yes, the gateway is open. Gotta have more fire. Sandwich did run out of baby carrots. I've got a monopoly on them. We still have some in our fridge. We got so many baby carrots. And, oh, hey, here we are. And then the other trailer is just right here in front of me. Also, this is so weird. It's daytime over here. That's why I didn't recognize the trailer sitting there in front of me. Let me go connect the trailer. I can at least go do that much. Since I did put the extra fuel in here, I have the option of moving the trailer around if there's a next mission I think I want to get lined up. Otherwise, if this doesn't work, I may end up driving back to the gateway so I can put all of the extra gas back in the scout fuel carrier, just so that it's fully fueled for the next person along. Spoiler alert, I'll be the next person along. What version of It's Too Far Away are you going with? What about this one? There we go, that one. So let's go ahead and shut that down. Did it open any new contract? No, it didn't. All of those have already been opened. I do have a bunch of tasks. Oh, here's the one that I'm sitting next to. Ooh, God. Where do the consumables come from? The consumables all come from that warehouse, which you then need to do a little 3D action to get onto the low level in order to get down to the houses. 1, 2, 3 for doing the deliveries. That one actually isn't too hard. That's not too bad. That has nothing to do with being up here on the hill, though. I should have the Plaid actually go over and do that one, because it's closer. Yeah, the Plaid is there. Where did the Mercer end up? Here's what we do. The Mercer is still sitting in its real ugly... Congratulations, you just won the state. So let me get this here. Did the groomer forget to give him a mohawk? That groomer is on a break. So the new groomer that Sandwich took him to, in general, he seemed pretty happy with the new groomer. The willingness to let Sandwich be around. They don't put Rocky back in the cage for 4 hours until they're ready to groom him. So most of the check boxes got ticked. But when he asked the groomer to be sure to leave a mohawk, he's concerned that he didn't properly detail exactly what he wanted. So it went down. He's a hawkless boy, but the rest of the haircut was good. So I think Sandwich and Rocky are good with the new groomer for now. but he's going to have to go in with a written sheet of instructions next time for the Mohawk. Let's check this bad boy out. It's actually a pretty good looking truck. I like the way they got the spare tires dealt with up there. I have already acquired the best engine for it, so we're going to look at that. That gets us up to an A+ on power to weight. It comes with a balance. The fine tune is the one that I am really finding that I like. The off-road is the one I've been going with, but I think the fine tune suits me better. Because then you have that nice slow gradient from low minus up to low plus. So let's sell that one off. I've already found the raised suspension. That is a must-have. Boop, 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 boop. It comes with... Oh, that's a lot of tires. Oh, but look how fast it goes through the list. There's so many tires. It gets a little chunky. What are the Mercer tires? So it has off-road tires. Oh, those are way better than the highways. But what I need are some big bad. Oh yeah, some 49 inchers. Go with what do we have here? Poor, excellent, excellent, which is okay. What about the Jats? Average, excellent, excellent. There's our winner right there. Let me come up to the custom truck specific tires, and we are going to sell those off. I don't know that I'm going to keep this truck, but anything I buy here I get 100% refunded when I sell the entire truck. We need the... They're all mediums no matter what. There's none of the high powers, so we're going to go... Or there's a high power, but it's not the... Strong? I forgot what they call it above medium. But the advanced medium gets you the combo of extended and high power. So we like that. Oh, it will do diff lock. That's going to be a big upgrade to it. It's already got spare wheels. We'll leave those on. Tall. Why is it on the opposite? Why does it put it on the opposite side? It's got the short round. Oh, okay. And then they have the pretty red painted piece that goes up after the little yellow white cap goes down. Weird combo. I'll take it, just in case we have to do any deep water crossings. Oh, this is the good part. We're going to find out what it can actually do. So it can actually take the heavy crane. It could be a logging truck. Ooh, it can do a simple flatbed. It can do short logs as well. It can be a little fuel tanker. And a little tow truck. Don't care. I didn't see any water missions, so we don't need the fire tank. Maintenance frame. This may be the way I do truck repairs on the other map. He has his own custom sideboard bed that actually looks really cool. He's getting his own supplies. Oh, and his supplies come with beacons! Yes. Can take the loading crane, and he can take saddles. I'm thinking I may go ahead and use him as a repair truck right now. Because 600 parts is pretty decent. I don't want the sun visors. I think they're dumb, and I guess I'm just a real jerk about them. The factory parking lights is fine. You can keep those. And I get the fog lights for free as part of the roof rack set. Ooh. So this is our stock bumper. Very plain. Reinforced bar looks nice. And you get fog lights down low, too. So I want it to sit high. What's the clearance down here? That sits just a little bit lower than this one, so I'm going with a reinforced bar. Yeah, that bad boy there. We like that. Exhaust, so that's flap caps, slant cuts, the default. The default, I guess, it just spits it out onto the truck, and that's gross. We don't like that. We want something that looks kind of cool. That sits real close to the beacons, though. And the flap cap actually doesn't have a flap cap, so that's a misnomer. But it stays farther away from the beacon, so that's the one that we're going with. And rims. For me, it's between that and that. Let's go with that one. That one looks pretty good. And it doesn't have any custom paint jobs, but it does have multi-tone. All that we really need to know, though, is that it supports Jedi Fleet Hunter Green. And it doesn't offer the fringe, though, like some of the bigger trucks. I'll have to go see if the Elephant will do the fringe. On fire. Mud up or shut up. Big and dirty in Russian. Wheeler is actually dragon. Kind of like fire. Putting the fire on, what do I care, right? And the hood ornaments. Unfortunately, the free bull one isn't a hood ornament. It's a miscellaneous accessory or something. So I can't get that. The only reason I would ever have to do any of the trials from the main menu is because you do 4 of them, and I think I've only got 1 done. And it... Oh, no, I've got 0 done. That may not have copied over when I did my transfer. Maybe on the Switch I've got 1 done. But yeah, you got to do 4 of them to unlock a whole bunch of these cool things. There's the Sabertooth, named after the company. The Wyvern looks good. Dolphin's weird here. Dino. Crab. Boom. I hadn't noticed the crab before. Good, we're set. I think our adorable little truck is already... Hey, look, everybody, it's nighttime outside. Who knew? Oh, that's right. I already tested the horn, and it's terrible. Oh, look at all those fog lights light up, though. Beacons. Yeah, okay, beacons on both sides. And how much extra fuel do I carry? Wow, it's a 240-liter tank with 220 extra liters on top. And, oh, no, that's 220 in the frame back there and 40 on top. Okay. Let me get out of here. Let's go ahead and let me pull forward. Get out of the way. Got a whole bunch of trucks sitting out right now. Should do something with some of these. What else is left to look at? I still have tasks on both maps. I'm going to take a quick run here to see if any of these that I have available right now are actually going to fix bridges or anything. I should also look... I'm going to look at some of these others. Highway built. These are the ones that I need to get to. Okay. So Fellowship of the Road and the Woes of a Construction Worker. There's Woes and there's Fellowship. So what do these need? That one just needs Fellowship. So the one that needed Fellowship and Woes really only needed Woes. You didn't have to overly complicate things. And Plan 2.4. Oh, does this one here actually build that bridge? It just doesn't say anything about it? Okay. So that needed Plan 2.4. Oop, no, I've got my buttons backwards. That came from down here. Plan 2.4. That one is available. That one... The new plant's garage needs bricks, which don't live on this map, and concrete slab, which also doesn't live on this map. Okay, fair enough. It needs to come over there, but we now have easy access to it, having opened up that gateway. I'm going to hold out for my thumbs up. There it is. Okay, that one's looking good. I'm going to start the tracking on this one. Let me go to the other map real quick like. Where you got bricks? You got bricks right there. And it looks like concrete slab is right next door over here. And that is the older gateway. So if I start here, concrete slabs are 2 slots each. So this is 8 slots worth of cargo. I got a little time to decide if I want to go grab the 8-slot trailer to do this in one pass, or if I'm going to use my new 6-slot fuel trailer attached to the elephant over here and could just go pick them up one at a time. But I could, in theory, pick up all 4 bricks, come over here, pick up 1 concrete slab, drive them over, and then I could have the plaid come up and pick up the other concrete slab and take those all over. Get that plan out of the way. Once that plan's done, we can start fixing bridges. Not positive that's exactly what's going to happen, but it's what I am eyeballing right now. And because the elephant is a key component of that, I'm going to get transferred back over to this map first real quick. We're going to save the Mercer and its repair stuff for later. We'll move it when it needs to move. I'm down to 269 liters, which also means I am going to want to get the fuel truck engaged. I would also very much like to get that bridge repaired. Yeah, fixing that bridge suddenly makes this entire map way more drivable. And if I could also... Where did the other one go? No, I thought there was a bridge right across here, but there is not. So this one bridge right here makes this map much more drivable. I can at least kind of wiggle my way around here, either going low or staying high if I need to. So I think that will take care of all of those. Let me get back out of here. I've got some soup to get to. This is the one that I want. There we go. Let me go back out to the main menu. That'll run a little music. That'll also allow me to do the cross-platform save real quick like. There we go. Applying cloud save. We're going to do this first, and then I'm going to cut
Hooray
back
for
over.
soup.
I know. It looks good, too. Okay, it looks orange, but, you know, it's going to be a sweet potato curry. It is made by a company called Supernatural. Do you get it? You get it? It's because it's magic. Or because it's a local homemade soup type of company. They show up at the farmers markets with their coolers full of ice and deep frozen soups. We actually bought 2 of them. This is the first one that we're going to try. Master Jedi just loves them on principle and has been aware of them before. I think some of the work that she does for the county with the health awareness, they've actually worked with this company before. So she's probably sampled some of their soups at some of their events, but this is the first time we've actually had one at home. I can pop back over to the big face camera here before I am done. So, hey, we actually completed a real mission. I'm kind of impressed. Miss Moon has had some of those 3-hour streams where she has literally not completed one on her own just because the snow can be so slow. So, I got a mission done. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Very happy playing this on the Mac. I desperately miss being able to play it on the Switch, but the developers have kind of let me down for right now. So, unless the next patch takes care of it, I may be finishing the life of SnowRunner here on the Mac. I guess I'm going to be happy with it. Roadcraft, no word yet on whether it is going to be Steam Deck verified. It probably should be, but that's going to be my goal. I doubt that they're going to do the Mac port on that one. They still haven't done the Mac port on Expeditions, though that's probably because it hasn't sold well enough to validate it. So, May 20th, Roadcraft is out. I think that's going to be another Thursday, so I'll probably do a Thursday stream first day as long as it runs on the Steam Deck. And then I'll start mixing back and forth between this one and that one until I'm done with Season 15 here. I heard about a 3-hour tour that didn't even make it back to the dock. Yep, I know, that's exactly it. It's because they ran into too much snow. That's the moral of that lesson. So, today here is wrapped up. I would like to do Stormfolk? Damn it! Sunderfolk. I bet it's Sunderfolk. Sunderfolk. I would like to do that tomorrow. If it happens, I will post about it probably primarily in Dan's Discord, because everyone here is already familiar with Dan. Lets you know. I might mention it a couple other places in case new people want to drop in. But for a large part, it's going to be a test stream. I got to be sure that I can get the video and the audio of the game to go in. So I may need to build a new OBS scene, and I may need to build a new sound profile in order to pipe it all in together. I'm going to admit it's probably a low percentage right now just because there's a lot going on this week. So it definitely won't happen Friday. Small chance Saturday if it doesn't. A moderate chance on Sunday, as a matter of fact, especially if I do even a short stream on Saturday. Sunday, I might just suddenly in the middle of the day decide to give it a shot. So I'd like to get that to come up because what sold me on the game just from, I think it was probably a Nintendo Direct where I saw it, is that it looks like it plays like Gloomhaven, but has a little more not quite as intense, desperate to kill you-ness that Gloomhaven does, and then it's a little brighter, a little more cartoony, and I think it's more geared toward having story. Gloomhaven absolutely has a story behind all of it, but that kind of gets washed out during the fights, and you lose most of the rest of it. I think this one puts a little more emphasis on some storyline to go in, but the fact that it's cooperative makes it super extra appealing to me. I wanted to bring up a quick Twitch list here in case anyone else is streaming that we can do a quick raid into. The Snowman's is doing some Gungeon. Storm of Iron would have been a good one for SnowRunner, but he's actually playing Fallout 4. Nope. There's a lot of people streaming, but I don't really know most of these people. Wow, we go on and on. Tonka is doing some Fallout New Vegas. That could probably be worth it right there. Gloomhaven's non-linear missions make the story even weirder. That is true. I don't know how the missions are going to be lined up in this game. I played it just long enough to get it to where it pops up the QR code, and then I scanned it with my phone. And one of the very first things it asks is, hey, how difficult would you like this to be? And so there's 4 levels. I'm going to propose we start with level 2, which is your normal, to kind of get into it. But then I don't know how far it goes beyond that. During the intro video, the phone app says, it has arrows pointing up, and it says, watch the video, watch the stream, watch the monitor, whatever it says now. And then when that ended and it give you the, what difficulty should we play, then the control came back to the phone. I think it's kind of a cool setup. I also really want to get to play it as often as I can, because this has got to be one of these that has server support on the back end that's going to get turned off at some point, and then the entire game will break. And that will be a little sad. Probably paid more than I'd really intended to by doing the pre-order on it, but I'm getting a head start. If we're lucky, everyone really likes it, and we could turn it into a thing. I think that would actually be fun. That would actually be something that plays in well with what Dan wants to do, and start having some more off stream night party game things going on in there. So that's the plan that I'm going with. That's what I'm sticking to. I can close that. I'm going to go ahead and set up a raid to go visit Tonka, because Tonka can be fun. Tonka can get into mood sometimes, which is fair. All of us can, but Tonka can. He's been in a really good mood with his Fallout, though. Gotta remember how to spell all of this. Hey, I spelled it close enough. It's found it. I'm clicking the raid button. Stream-wise, I should see you. There's a beam of light. There you go. Got it. Okay, that's too difficult. Forget it. So I should be able to see everybody again on Saturday. Stream might start as much as an hour late. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping for only 30 minutes. And we may renegotiate. She and one of her coworkers may Uber home, and in that case I'll be here and I'll start on time. But Saturday will probably happen. If it does not, then there will be a Sunday stream of some sort. I could even just go crazy and go straight to streaming folk. We'll see when we get there. But this takes care of me for now. I'm going to click the raid button, and I will see everybody on Saturday, Sunday. Bye.